So without further ado, Lekeisha, welcome to FFP.
Hello, thank you for having me on.
It's brilliant, and it was great to have a chat with you a little bit before this jumping on air, and just to find that depth and things that are going on. And I think a really big thing for today will be helping young women understand that kind of pathway to take. And so, based on that, let's go just give people a bit of context of what you were doing before you became a pro athlete.
So originally I am from the southwest of Western Australia, a small town called Australind. I started boxing, yes, I started
Never
boxing
heard
at
of
the age
that.
of four. I started boxing at the age of 14 in a tiny tin shed in my backyard,
Nice.
and yeah, I just progressed through state and national levels as a junior and youth. And when I finished school,
What
I
got you
said
into
to my
boxing? Why boxing the shed?
so
Why was it mum, dad,
yeah.
brothers?
So my dad actually had a boxing gym in our backyard since before I was born. Like at
Oh wow.
least, I don't know, he's probably been running it for I'd say 25, 30 years, something like that.
Wow. Yep.
But yeah, so me and my younger sister, we were always around the gym, but we showed like no interest whatsoever. We were both really
Right.
into other sports like soccer, basketball. My sister was a really good netball player. And like we were both like
Australian.
girly girls. Yeah, yeah. We were both like super girly. Like I used to go into the gym like dressed up in my little fairy outfit and just like go and see everyone. And probably just love the attention from everyone. Uh,
Yeah.
and then and then I got into soccer when I was about 10 and started to
Mm.
progress in my soccer, and I started to take it to a bit of a higher level. And then I broke my ankle. Like I shattered it completely, actually on a trampoline, which was the most
Wow.
random thing. But I
On the
needed
mat or on
surgery.
the edging?
No, like I went to that that big trampoline place bounce.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I was with all my cousins and we were all showing off, and I landed wrong and I just completely shattered my ankle. So
Ooh.
then I needed surgery. I have like a bunch of pins and screws still in my ankle.
Whew.
So when I decided to come back to soccer, my coach was like, "Oh, I think you should do some other stuff, for a bit of fitness until you can start running again. Build a bit of strength." And then my dad was like, "Why don't you come in the gym? You've always been around it. Just come and give it a go." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I'll give it a go." And at the time, he had
Kind
some
of makes sense,
fighters as
right?
well. Yeah, yeah. And he had some fighters at the time. So when I started, like I was watching them spar more, watching how they trained, and then yeah, I decided to give it a go for myself. And yeah, I
Become
chucked away the
addicted.
soccer boots. Yeah, and I literally I picked up the gloves and I took off the boots, and I never looked back after that. I had my first fight, I think, towards the end of 14, and
Oh
yeah, I
yeah.
haven't stopped since.
Is there something that you took from the soccer field? No, I mean European audiences, whatever, from the soccer
Yeah.
field into the boxing ring.
I think it like going from soccer to boxing, I already had like a bit of competitiveness, a bit of push, a bit of drive. But I think going into boxing, it made me realize how self-accountable you have to be, because it's only you in the ring. Like when you're in a team sport, you can rely on your teammates a little bit, either to pick you up or pick up the slack, or if you're
Yep.
feeling down, get a bit of team morale. But yeah, so when I switched over to boxing, I think yeah, I really realized how disciplined I have to be and how self-accountable I have to be, because it's only me in there, and you can't blame anyone
Mm.
else when you're in the ring. Like it's all up to you. So yeah.
It literally is. So then let's jump into that side of things. That transition from the 14-year-old who just goes in there as a bit more rehab, really, and then goes into this side when you take it. When do you switch to take it seriously?
Um, I remember like watching the guys spar, and I was like I was pretty good technically. Like I like got it quite quick. So then
Mm.
when I saw the guy sparring and I was like, oh, I want to give this a go. And then I realized how hard it was. I think I was like, I want to get good at this. I was like, this is like I'm quite competitive. So when I was like, oh, this is something I'm not good at, I was like, I
Hmm.
want to make myself good at this. Like it was I think soccer in soccer I was super competitive. So then when I made the transition to boxing, it was almost like I don't know, I just wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. And then once I proved to myself that I could do it, I was like, oh, I'm actually not too bad at this. Let's see how far I can kind of take it.
Well, you took it pretty far. I mean, second at a World
Yeah.
Championships. It's pretty decent.
Yes.
Was that this year, 2025, Liverpool?
Yes. Yes. Yep. It was this year. Yep. Just in
Okay.
September.
Just give us a quick one about that. Like, obviously, we'll go back and talk about the kind of the training side of things to get you to there. But what is it for you when you get to this stage and you get to this point? Like, when it comes to boxing, give us an understanding of, because it's not like where you just one or two fights a year. I mean, we're talking about World Boxing Championships, so that's obviously on the calendar. It's something. It's a goal you aspire to get to. When's that? When was that put on the calendar, and when was that seen as a stepping stone for you to go for next level?
Well, yeah. So pretty much like with amateur boxing, we have three pinnacle events. So you have World Championships, you have Commonwealth Games, and you have Olympic Games.
Mm-hmm.
So within a 4 year cycle, you have two World Championships, one Com Games, one Olympic Games. So
Mm-hmm.
when last year's Olympic cycle finished, I did trial for the Paris Olympics, and unfortunately I lost in my final, and they only
Mm-hmm.
take one, so I missed
Mm-hmm.
out on the Olympics, which was
Mm-hmm.
it was a blessing in disguise, to be honest. Like I'm actually glad that I didn't go to this Olympics, because I now think like it's all part of the journey. Like I honestly think
The
I was
development,
meant
the learning, the
to.
process.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I don't think I was meant to be at that games. So when the cycle finished last year, and I knew that we were going to have worlds this year from November nationals last year, I just had my eyes set on worlds. After I won nationals, and then the year started, we had a few international comps before our selections for worlds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we pretty much get given the calendar towards the end of the year, kind of start of the year after. So yeah, it's been definitely on my mind since the start of the year, and now to come home with a silver medal is like a huge pinch me moment.
Yeah.
I still find it quite like surreal, which is cool. Like it's a real like testament to my hard work, which is
Mm-hmm.
obviously like very self fulfilling. But
Yeah.
yeah, it
Massively.
also like it also makes me realize that I still have so much to give in the sport too. Like a silver is not gold.
You're
Like
only
I still,
23.
yeah,
What are you talking? Don't talk like a 50-year-old. We started at a young age. You started at the age of 14, so
yeah.
you got 9 years in the sport to come into it that way. What is that stepping stone for you when you get a second at the Worlds, and then where does the calendar take you from here? Where does the journey take you from there?
Yeah, so now my shift goes to Commonwealth Games. We will have Com Games trials in January. So right
Mm-hmm.
now I'm taking like a bit of a break. I've had like a real intense 9 to 10 months, which has been like amazing. It's probably been my best year internationally so far,
Wow.
which has been really cool. I like how many, I think we went to six international tournaments this year, and I made it to the final for every single tournament, which has been really cool. So each tournament I would have at least two, three, four fights. So I've just been racking up experience, which has been amazing. And I think it's going to just like benefit me even more leading into Com Games trials. And hopefully I get to go to Com Games.
Yes, a yes. Just a quick one on that too. One of your posts, the first boxer to be guaranteed a medal at the World Championship.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
give me a little bit of that one.
Yeah. So this year was the first year for World Boxing to combine both male and female World Championships. Usually we actually have them separate.
Mm.
So this was kind of like a brand new tournament for everyone, having both the men and the females combined. So yeah, my quarterfinal fight was the first one on the card, and yeah, once I won my quarterfinal, it was yeah the first one to be guaranteed a medal at this event. So it was really cool.
Awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. Bit of history right there. There you go. Tick off.
Yeah, yeah.
When you go through the cycle, so you go through, you got using an event, you got a bit of downtime. What does it look like going back into training, and then where do you put the world compared to like Commonwealth and Olympics as far as levels?
I personally, I like Commonwealth Games is a huge thing, especially in Australia. I think because like there are so many different sports that compete at this event, it makes it a lot more well known and a lot more recognized, say, than a World Championships. But I honestly think a World Championships is pretty close to like Olympics. You have the best in the world from each country at this event. Like no matter who you draw is going to be like a great boxer. There's no low level boxers at these events. Like you are coming up against the best of the best. And I mean, it's the same for Commonwealth Games, but then again, it's only the Commonwealth countries, so it probably cuts that into whatever fraction, and then the Olympics will have to be the top. But it's a different process again to go to the Olympics. Like for Worlds and Commonwealth Games, you need to, I guess, qualify nationally, whereas for the Olympics, you have to qualify like through your continent. So us being from Australia, we qualify through
Oceania.
like Pacific Games. Yeah, Oceania Pacific Games. Everyone in Europe has European Games. USA and South America, they're Pan American Games, and so forth. So yeah, so it's a bit of a different process for the Olympics because necessarily like the top four in the world might not even make the Olympics because of the certain amount of quotas. Like if four of them are from Europe and their weight division only has like two quotas, then yeah, someone's going to miss out.
That is a tough pathway to go through. Where's the actually, we'll get a second. We can get this now. Where is that then? The differentiation between that and then I suppose on the pro side of things, as far as like, do you just pick and choose, or same thing? You're just trying to go through that leaderboard, that ladder of rankings. Just go, who's ranked above you? How high above you can you get the a fighter above you? Right? Is that pretty much how that works?
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest, I don't know like too much about the pros and the whole process because for me, turning pro has never really been a goal of mine. For
Okay.
me, it's always been like Olympics, Com Games, and Worlds. Like I have a lot
Those are
of
freaking
pride,
awesome.
like representing. Yeah, I have a lot of pride representing my country and also my family on the world stage. And
Yeah.
in the amateurs, you can't pick and choose who you fight. Like pros, they love to pick and choose. It's all about entertainment. It's all about selling yourself, selling tickets, making a fight. But in amateurs, you're all the same. Like we all rock up, we all weigh in, and we all fight. Like there's no cameras, there's no shit talk. Like it's I don't know. I
It
would say
seems
I
better.
prefer it. Yes, I personally think so. Like as a pro, you really have to sell yourself. Like you're selling views, you're selling tickets, which some people love. Like some people are like natural performers and can do that, whereas like a lot of
YouTubers
us
now
that are
these
in the
days.
amateurs, yeah. But honestly, like it turns into not a joke, but it's an entertainment thing. Like people buy tickets because they saw this person talking smack about another person and they're like, oh, who's going to win that? Like
Drama and
they're interested.
popularity.
Yeah, they're interested more on an entertainment point of view than like a I think sportsman point of view. Like I
100%.
think in the, yeah, I think in the amateurs like we probably get more recognized for being technical, for you know our athletic attributes and the way that we box, the way that we perform. Whereas in pros, everyone's always looking for a knockout. Everyone's looking for that big moment. Whereas,
Yeah.
yeah, in the amateurs, it's very different.
No, I love it, and it's one of those things too because you still got to put in the hard yards, and you've got to go like you said. It's not you're not really picking and choosing. It's like, well, you got to go through the best of the country in order to get there to the top.
Yes,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So yeah, no, I love that. What about then? What would I don't say what difference? What does the training look like when it comes to what you have to do? So you're going to go back into training. What is it? You don't. It's not like is it a 6 week camp kind of thing? What is it that you have to go through?
Kind of. So, like in amateur boxing, there's no like essential off season, if that makes sense. Like boxing is through
Mm-hmm.
the whole year.
Yep.
So you kind of have to make that choice when you decide to have a bit of a break.
Mm-hmm.
But like typically when we start our year, like you want to have a good kind of preseason, like a good base, before you get back into like your day-to-day training, because we train 6 days a week, sometimes, well, 2 to 3 times a day. So you want to make sure that you're conditioned already for that before starting your camp, essentially. But
Mm-hmm.
we fight and travel all the time. I think like I have barely been home in Australia, which has been great because I've just been out competing and training and doing what I love and get to travel and see the world. Like to me, that's like my dream life. So I have no
Tick.
complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool to be able to do what I love every day, but also get to see the world and meet people that are on the same wavelength and chasing the same goals and dreams. Like it's a really special community to be a part of, and I feel like a lot
Mm.
of us thrive in this kind of community too. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. But
Um,
sorry, going back to your question.
yeah.
Um,
That's right.
like yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was like, I just feel like I'm rambling. Um,
Don't worry about it. Go and be like,
um, but yeah, like typically you want like a good 6 weeks before you go back into full training. But then from then on, you're constantly training. I guess you choose when you want to peak as well for like big competitions. Um,
mm-hmm.
so yeah, it just depends what your year looks like and what events you're going to be participating in.
When it comes to the side of, I'll go jump into the side too. So you train a couple of times a day. Like, what comes to nutrition? The reason I was like that is I just had a combat nutritionist on the, last week, I believe it was, Finn,
Okay.
and he was just talking about obviously for them leading up to a fight, they have to cut to get down to weight. What does it look like for you when it comes to the nutritional side of things?
Yeah, I think nutrition is like a huge part of being a boxer. You have to like fuel your performance, but you also have to make weight. So there, it's a bit of a double-edged sword because there's a lot of I think now it's a lot better. Like when I first started boxing, there was no knowledge around like weight cutting. There was no knowledge around
Mm,
like how to do it properly, especially like females are so different to males and how we hold water and how we do this and how we
yeah.
do that. Um, so I think it's like it's something that's super. It's starting to become more of a topic, which is really good, but it's like super underrated as well. And you want to make sure that you're doing your weight cuts properly because sometimes for some people the fight is or half the battle is trying to make weight, and then you still have to go in there and
Have
perform.
the
Like
energy.
we
Yeah.
yeah. So as an amateur, you weigh in the morning that you fight. So for the pros, you have
Mm.
24 to 48 hours, however long between the day before and then the night of your fight. Um, but for us amateurs, like we weigh in that morning of, and then we fight either that afternoon or that evening. So
Okay.
you
Wow. I didn't
don't
know
want to
that.
be, yeah. And also when you're in a multi-day tournament, you don't just weigh in once, you weigh in every day that you're fighting.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
yeah, so like say if you're in a say my tournament for Worlds, I had 4 fights over what was it, 8 or 10 days. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
keep my weight, well, keep a good weight, so that I was able to cut down and then refuel and then slowly cut down again and go and do the whole process again. So yeah, you for us amateurs, your walk around weight probably needs to be a little bit closer to your fight weight, say compared to a pro, because they can just sweat it all out and then recover quite well. But for us, we don't have the same amount of time. So you need to take your
Mm.
nutrition super seriously.
Wow. And what kind of things are you having?
Like, so a lot of us, not a lot of us, what works for me is, so throughout my fight camp, I eat like heaps of veggies, heaps of like lots of nutrient dense things. Making like timing is a really big thing, like making sure that I'm eating before training, after training, just making sure I have enough protein, focusing on carbs before training, that sort of thing. Water intake is a
Yep.
big one too. Like we train 2, 3 times a day. So making sure that, yeah, you're obviously super hydrated. But then leading into fight week, I do low res. So I cut out a lot of my fiber about
Okay.
3 days before my first weigh in, which kind of just all the food that's kind of coming in me is going to come directly out because it's not
Out of
holding
me.
any fiber. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I was like, I don't know how to put this in a nice way, but yeah,
That's a good
but
diet.
still
That's a
like
great.
but still very like high energy food. It's probably not the best like health kind of food, but it fuels my performance, and I can perform really well off low fiber.
Like I said, everyone's different. They are off their own. They need to kind of figure out their own ways. I mean, there's fundamentals. Is
Yeah.
there anything special for you that you like? You've got to have, or your the default go to?
Or like after I weigh in, or like just in
Or a bit of both,
general.
actually. Yeah, like maybe before or after.
Yeah, I love like chocolate coated peanuts. Like it's not the most healthy thing, but it's super high in energy. And after I weigh in, like that day, I'll like buy a pack of like, yeah, whatever brand. Like depends what country we're
Chocolate
in because there's
almonds.
so many different options. Yes, I for some reason that is just like one thing that I
Look
love
at
the
your
day that I
smile.
fight. Yeah,
It's like yes.
honestly, I love food. I love food so much. But yeah, that's one thing that I love to have like the day that I fight, and
Mm.
also pre-fight. Pre-fight, I don't like to eat too much because I can sometimes feel a little bit sick. But I like to just take a few marshmallows with me in my warm up. So I just like slowly kind of eat those. Gives me a bit of a
In the
sugar
bush.
rush, and then yeah,
Oh, I'm with you 100%. Don't get me wrong. It's just I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of people that be like, "What? You're having what?" Yeah.
I know they're probably like, why would you do that? But for me, it works.
Oh, I mean, literally, it makes sense from a nutrition point of view. High GI, I mean, fast absorption into the body, recover quick, glucose spike.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah, that's why people. That's why.
that's
Yeah.
why. Exactly. We just had a reason.
Let's go then into when would you add in, like, so during your training cycle, when would you add in strength versus conditioning?
Oh, well, to be fair, like throughout my whole camp, I probably do two strength sessions and three to oh no, probably about 4 or 5 conditioning sessions, and then boxing on top of that. So say like my okay today for example, this morning I had strength, I had weights, and then this afternoon I boxed, but we did technical rounds. So we did 8 to 10 like just light combat rounds, um, and each day is different. Like and it also depends, like because as boxers we're individual athletes and we're all very different. We all compete at different weights. It also, if you have certain injuries, there might be things that you can and can't do. Like this whole year I've had plantar fasciitis in my right foot, so I actually haven't been able to run for the whole year, which has been kind of crazy
I've had that.
because a lot of
It's
our
horrible.
yeah, oh, it's it is the worst. But a lot of my conditioning has actually been like no weight on my feet. So I've been on the air bike, I've been on the ski erg, I've been on the rower, making
And
sure
even that's not
like
great for the body
it's
either.
no. So it's really like strategic. Like I wear my heart rate monitor, making sure that I'm hitting all the right numbers. Um, yeah, it's a bit of a science, because you don't want to be going too hard to burn yourself out, and you don't want to be doing not enough because then you're not getting conditioned. So
Yeah.
I would say like the at maybe like 2 weeks out, I will probably cut down my strength a little bit. Like I won't lift as heavy, just so my body like isn't as inflamed as what it probably is when I am lifting heavy. And we do probably focus on like more speed stuff, more explosive, like a lot of what I love in my strength program is having like Olympic lifts, because they're actually very explosive movements. Like I don't lift super heavy either when I'm like hanging or snatching or anything like that, but the movement itself is super explosive and really good coordination as well. Like as boxers, we have pretty decent
Yeah.
coordination because we're always using both sides of our body. So it's a really good thing to have in your program. But also like a lot of med ball stuff, a lot of core, yeah, just real like basic, not basic things, but things that will complement our boxing.
What is the number one skill required by a boxer?
Oh, this is that's actually a bit of a hard one.
Oh,
Because
in your opinion.
honestly, it just in my opinion, I think, and this comes like with experience as well, but having a really good boxing IQ, like understanding different styles, like being a universal boxer is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Being able to adapt in the ring, is a really big one. Like if you're in a fight and what you're doing is not working, you need to be able to adapt to that. You need to be able to change that, because you've only got 3 rounds and you've only got 9 minutes in there. So to be able to make that switch and adapt and be like, okay, this isn't working, let's try this. And if that starts working, then you keep doing that. Like it's where when we box like away, we usually get, and actually at a national level too, you get to see the score. So say if in the first
Okay.
round, yeah, you can see if you're up or if you're down. So if you're up, you're like, cool, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because it's working. The judges are liking this. They're giving me the round. But if you're not up, then you're like, okay, it's time for me to change what I'm doing. Oh, obviously, maybe they're not liking me being on the back foot. I need to put a bit more pressure on, and let's see if we can get this round. So yeah.
Because I was going to ask that when it comes to preparing for a fight, like that makes a lot of sense when you say
Yeah.
boxing IQ, because you're going to come across a lot of different boxing styles, and if you especially if they're multi, like there's only one fight a day, or is there sometimes there's a couple of fights a day? Is it just one
No,
fight a
so
day?
only one a day. Yeah.
And maximum what, over 3 days, 5 days?
It just depends on the competition. Like you could be in a 5 day tournament and you might potentially actually have 4 fights. Or it could be a 10 day tournament and you have 5 fights, or it could be like a 2 day tournament and you'll only fight once. It just depends on the amount of people in your division, and then
Okay.
the draw will come out. So like when we're all at Worlds, we like each country nominates, however, like each country can only take one, but not every country is going to have like a 70 kilo female. So you just kind of wait and see the numbers, and then the draw comes out. So the draw is really random as well. It's not like, oh yeah, so this country is going to fight that country. They literally put all the names in, they press a button, and it just randomly pairs up everyone. Yeah, yeah. So
Okay. There you go.
it's kind of, yeah.
There's no ranking system going into it. It's just here you go, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, for some tournaments, like now that World Boxing has been around for a little bit now, we have started to get seeded, which is kind of like rankings. So when you win certain tournaments, you get like a certain amount of points, and that adds to your ranking. And so like say for Worlds, I was seeded number one because I had a certain amount of points, and then say. Yeah, there's usually 4 seeds. So the ones that have the most points will get seeded, and make sure
Okay.
that
Yeah.
they won't draw each other first. So they get kind of like split. and
Bit of an
then all
easier
the other
pathway.
countries kind of, yeah. So it's just to make sure that like the number one and number two of the tournament don't draw each other
100%.
first.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of that. You know, I mean, I do like there is a couple of other sports out there. What's it in? It's in pool, really random, that you can end up with 1 and 2 playing in the very first round. And it's like, whoa, so this makes it a
Yeah.
little bit tougher. But from a spectacle, 100%, and I agree with it. Let's get the best ones going towards the final, so that's always close. You know, that's I enjoy that system. Anyway, I digress. Let's move on from there because something else about this when it comes to, is there something that you add in besides your fitness and nutrition training when it comes to boxing to help you with your boxing, or is there something do you have to stay away from every other sport, every other activity? Like, where is it on this level that you can't do this or you should do that?
I mean, obviously we try to stay away from things that potentially could get us injured. Like, it's probably not like the smartest thing for us to like go play like a soccer game a week before we have to compete.
Mm,
Like, but a lot of us have like a lot of hobbies outside of boxing, and I think that's really important. Like
yeah.
obviously you train every day, and when you're preparing for certain events, like you do have this massive tunnel vision, but I think it's really important to have other things outside of boxing because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, boxing is not forever, and also when you put all your eggs in one basket and you might not get the result you're looking for, it's probably it's a lot harder mentally to kind of come back from that.
Yeah.
So I think like a lot of people on the team, they study, they work outside as well. Like a lot of us, I mean, I don't work anymore, which I'm very grateful, because I can go, yeah, I can go all in
Don't
with
rub it in, eh?
boxing, which is really
Jeez.
cool. I know, I'm like, sorry guys. Um, but like we're like a lot of us do like different courses or are studying in university, that kind of thing, which I think
Mm.
is super important to do outside of
Oh,
the sport.
massively. I
Yeah.
do want to ask you on that because it's amateur. Most people think, oh, you don't make any money there. And like I say, a lot of people do have to work to provide themselves. And obviously, there's other parts of it, looking for distraction. With boxing, would it be in Australia or globally, is that a common trait that, you know, are you a rarity when it comes to you've got the ability to have sponsorship to not have to work? Especially when there's so much travel involved as
Yeah, a
well.
little bit. Yeah, for sure. I think, yeah, a lot of people on the team, whether you're at a national, state, or state level, or even an international level, like a lot of people still have to work. I'm I'm lucky because I only worry about myself. I don't have a house. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have kids. That kind of thing. Like there's some people in the team
You're
that have these
23.
extra
It's okay.
yeah. But there are some people on the team that have all these extra responsibilities, and unfortunately, boxing does not pay the bills.
Yeah.
My lifestyle works really well right now because all I have to worry about is training, eating, sleeping, and then traveling and doing what I love. But a lot of people have all these extra pressures and extra financial things that they need to worry about, which definitely makes it a lot harder for them. So I would say I am a bit of a rarity in that case.
Nothing wrong with being a unicorn. What is it then when it comes to the sponsorship side of things? Sponsorship. What's sponsored?
So right now I have, like say I have a mouthguard sponsor. I have a, like a, what is the word I'm looking for? Like or an equipment sponsor. Like I'm sponsored by Everlast, so I get like boots and
Oh,
gloves
gears, accessories. Yep.
and anything. Yeah. So anything that I want for free, which is amazing, and it helps out heaps
Wow.
because gear is like not cheap at all. It you could easily spend $200 to $300 on new boots. You know, gloves could be up to $500. Like it's crazy the amount of money you're spending, and when you're using that equipment every day as well, it's it goes pretty quick. Like there's like of course there's longevity in the product, but when you're using it every day, yeah, you're going to need to get new equipment every few months. So yeah, and
There.
then I also have. Oh, sorry.
So I was just going to ask quickly. You know, is it majority of your stuff is just gear, or is there anything like gear and a bit of like money as well to go along with it?
Not from those sponsors, but I do have two big companies that kind of give me a lump sum every 6 months, and I budget that and I use that for my rent, my food, my fuel, and
Nice.
just other expenses. Yeah, which I'm
Yep.
so grateful for because pretty much that's what my three jobs were paying for. That I
Oh
was
well.
living paycheck to paycheck. And just yeah, really not doing it tough. Like I think everyone goes through that period, obviously, when you like move out of home and you're just trying to figure out how to live like an adult. It's just like
Yeah.
it kind of hits you and you're like, oh,
Reality
I
kicks
actually
in.
can't go. Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like my parents are amazing. They have been so supportive through everything, and they said to me like, we will support you 100% if this is what you want to do. But you know, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, I'm a full grown adult. I need to pay for this. I need to pay for that. Like I need to take self accountability for what I want to do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it's
I like it.
I'm very grateful to now have these sponsors because I think one of the things that I used to stress the most is like, can I pay rent this week? Can I put enough fuel in my car to actually go to training this week? Like
Yep.
it's like financial stress has to be worse than like me stressing about going to training. Like it was, yeah,
Yeah.
it was
What's more
wild.
important? Am I going to win or am I going to pay the rent? Type of thing.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I was
Who
like,
cares
I
about
don't know
winning?
what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Need a place to
I was like,
live.
hopefully I don't get kicked out of my apartment.
Yeah, exactly. I call that the appreciation period, by the way, when you finally go into the real world and you go like, oh, mum, dad, thank you. I just realized how
Oh,
much
fully.
done. Yeah. um,
Yeah,
so that's awesome.
100%. Like my
You go.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry, no.
No,
No,
you,
I was
you
gonna
go.
say
You go.
my mum was such a G. Like she used to work all day. I would, train before school, go to school, come home, train, but like dinner would always be on the table. Anything that I needed, if
Mm,
I needed to go somewhere, do something, like she was the first to do it. And my dad as well. Like
amazing.
they
Awesome.
they're super hard workers and I definitely wouldn't be where I am without them. So yeah.
Um, kind of randomly and completely different here, but a little bit obscure. What would be one question you'd want to ask other boxers?
Ooh. Um I'm always very interested of like what is their why? Like why do you do the sport? Because everyone has such a different answer. Because I know my answer has definitely changed probably within like I don't know the past 5 years. Um,
Mm,
like my um, the reason why I started boxing and the reason why I like continue to box is like two like very different questions and two very
well,
different
do share.
answers. Yeah. Well, I guess I think when I broke my ankle and all those things were happening and I went through I guess that period of at like 14 and I was like, oh, I'm feeling a bit lost. I'm feeling a bit broken. I don't really know what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad kind of suggesting, you should do this, you should, give it a go. It was it was something that like gave me purpose at that time because it was something that I found that I was good at and I started to get recognized for it. So it was almost like something that I was being seen for. Like,
Mm,
my accomplishments and everything. I was like, oh wow, people are seeing me. This is really cool. Because
mm-hmm.
everyone loves like self-validation, especially when you're a teenager. Like all you want is to be seen. So I
Yeah.
think that was a huge reason why I was boxing. And then when I went through that period of not making it to the Olympics and really questioning why I do the sport, and I realized I don't do it for anyone else. I truly do it for myself because I love the person that I am when I box. Like I think it brings the
Mm,
best version of me out and I just think I'm a better person through like everything that I have learned and continue to learn too. Like I feel like I'm not even close to where I want to be just yet, But I truly do it because I love it, not because I want, like, I want my dad to be proud of me, or I want this person to see me, or whatever.
Yeah.
I've just truly realized I do it for myself.
Where do you take the lessons that you're learning through professional amateur sport to life? What do you take?
I I think the biggest lesson for me has been like perseverance just knows no failure. Like if you
Whew.
like
Jeez.
people it's really hard when you're on the losing end, and I have been there, and it sucks because you're just like you're constantly having to remind yourself why you're doing it, and is it worth it? Like, do you want to keep doing this? Do you want to keep getting up every morning, going to bed tired, sore, deflated? But I just find like if you truly feel it in your heart and soul that this is what you want to do, even if you feel like you're getting kicked in the guts every day, just keep pushing through. Like there is someone like the people that stop, they are the ones that lose. Like I honestly think if you just keep going, if you don't give up, there's no way that you're going to lose. Like you're only going to get the result that you're really pushing for. Like it's just the name of the game though. Like it's real easy. I think it's easier to stop than to keep going. So I feel like, yeah, just
Oh,
having
well,
that
easier.
that push, and yeah,
The
yeah, it's
simplistic
so
side
much
of it.
easier. Yeah. Yeah.
What is it? I mean, I hear these things in business and everything in life and stuff like that as well. It literally is people just have the wrong mindset where, and this is why I think it's great for young athletes, any athletes, boy or girls, that it's literally, you simply, whatever you're doing, look at who's doing that, what you want to do, and just do as much of, as a minimum, do as much as them, and then add on top of anything else top of that if you want to be better than them. And it's kind of and it's simple as that. When it comes then to, because you got the whys, you take this into life, which is amazing. You're only 23, so what is the long term thing for you? Or when I say long term, by the way, I mean like the next 2-3 years, potentially 5 or 10, but next couple of years.
I guess for me, like I definitely want to tick those boxes of obviously going to Com Games, another World Championship, and then going to the Olympics. But I think what I love the most is like doing this sport, but also being able to travel and experience so many like amazing things and meeting different people. I want to get as much experience through what I'm doing right now, because I truly don't know what I want to do after boxing. But I definitely know there is so much more to come after I finish my sport. Like I definitely don't want to. I don't want to overstay. And I don't want to like
That would be a
I
Floyd
want to leave.
Mayweather.
No, no way. That's not what I'm trying to do. Um,
Yeah.
but I definitely want to end my career on my terms, which I think is like a big thing because a lot of it's really common in boxing for people to kind of have that tunnel vision and never come out of it. And they don't see that there's just such a bigger picture. And that's just like life in general. Like, of course, boxing is a huge part of my life, and I'm very grateful every day to be where I am. But I know it's not all I am, and I know it's not all I have to offer. So, I just want to get as much experience these next few years, and then just see where it takes me. I'm sure something will open up, and I'm
Do you have
sure,
an
yeah.
age where you're like, okay, before the age of 30, for example, before the age maybe 20? I don't know. Is
Mm.
it like, do you have a target in mind?
Well, I guess at the next Olympics I'll be 26, which is still quite young. Like it's not old at all.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Don't
so
even start.
so there, yeah. So there is potential to stick around for another cycle, because then towards the end of that cycle I'll be 30, which is generally a pretty good age to, I guess, not finish your boxing career, but I think because, yeah, I have been in the sport since I was 14. I think
It'd be half your
for
life.
me, yeah, yeah. I think
Wow.
for me it will be a pretty good point not give it up, and I don't want to. I think boxing will be a part of my life forever, but on the competition side, that might be when it kind of ends.
I like it. I kind of want to go then this side. What's your two bits of advice for young aspiring athletes or female athletes to get into sport? What is it? I mean, anything. What's your advice? Either getting into sport or this is the realization of sport or how to handle sport. Up to you.
Mm. Yeah. Something that I got told by someone who for me has actually been one of my role models. She's like one of the first females to ever represent Australia internationally.
Oh wow.
Her name's Claire Gabriel. She
Shout out
told
Claire.
me when shout out to Claire. She
Yeah.
she um she she pretty much told me to trust my journey. Like I used to compare myself so bad to everyone around me, like especially like through that period of being B on the team, like I was just constantly like, oh my god, I wish I was in that spot. I wish I was doing this. I wish I was that. And she's just like, you just need to take a step back and realize like that's their journey and this is your journey, and you need to focus on what you're doing. Like don't look around. Don't compare yourself to anyone because you're not going to be them and you're not meant to be them either. Like it's really
Yeah.
important just to remember like you're on your own journey and you're making your own waves, and like now I truly don't ever want to be anyone else, whether that's in life or in my sport. So I think that's just something just to keep in mind, because comparison is like one of the biggest thieves of joy. Yeah, it's not a
Oh, you've
nice
got a
thing that we do to
few bling
ourselves.
bling ones out there. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
that
what
would
is
be my main advice.
what would be something that how someone would go into this?
Mm.
What would be advice to get
Don't
into?
yeah.
Don't
Don't be
say don't.
afraid. No.
Oh,
Don't
I was
be
like, what?
afraid. You're like, wait, don't say that.
Yeah. What are
Don't
you
be
doing?
afraid to don't be afraid to look silly and to be uncomfortable, because like everyone is new at something when they first try. Like, of course, you're not going to be like Floyd Mayweather the first time you do a boxing class. Like that's just not going to happen. Like get used to feeling uncomfortable, but just know like so much growth comes from that, because yeah, if you're good at something straight away, there's not much value in it. Like you want to be able to work hard and tick those little goals and keep pushing through. So yeah, just don't be afraid to look silly. I know it sounds a bit silly in itself, but yeah, don't just focus on what you're doing.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Can we before we let you go? Can you give us a bit of insight? Like you talk about, you did soccer, now you're doing boxing, but even though it's in the ring, you're the one standing there. You're not the only one in this team because it's still a team
Yeah,
effort. Either way, can you
yeah,
give us the insights
100%.
of what's the team made of?
Oh, I like you just said, like boxing is an individual sport, but the main thing that I have realized being on the Aussie team this year is the people around you make such a difference. Like you want to surround yourself with people that want to work hard, that want to be the best versions of themselves, and when you're with a team, like when I'm with my teammates and we travel, we support each other 100%. Like every time I fight, I can hear them all cheering my name, which just fills my heart with so much joy and so much gratefulness, because you're truly like boxing is a very unique sport, and it brings like a lot of different people together from all different walks of life. Like it's recognized as a poor man's sport, pretty much. Like you could come from anything and be a boxer, but yeah, having those people around you, whether yeah, I'm away with my national team, but even my team here in Perth, like I think having a great coach is so important. Like someone that truly wants the best for you, is passionate about the sport, and just wants to see you thrive. Like my home coach, Justin Lacey, is a great example of that. He dedicates so much time and so much effort to us fighters, But it's
So
because he
cool.
truly cares about it. Yeah, and my national coach is very similar too. Like Santiago, he's been with us for the past 3 years. Oh no, maybe
Mm.
two. But the impact that he has made like has been amazing. Like I think just having a really good team culture that includes your teammate and your coaches is just making sure that yeah, everyone's on the same wavelength. You know, we're all here for the right reasons. There's no and that there's no ego as well. Like in boxing, it's very easy to have an ego.
Yeah.
But it doesn't last very long at a high level. So yeah, you have to kind of put that aside and be able to support one another. So yeah.
It's a crazy. It's like it really is like how big a team and like how important that team is to an athlete is. Yeah, it's awesome, and people have. I think people need to really, really, really understand that going into either a team sport or especially an individual sport because no one gets anywhere alone,
No,
especially like this day and
no
age. I mean, man.
way. Like no way. Like I think it's so important to have respect and have trust within your team as well. Like you don't want to be surrounded by people that you feel on edge around or anything like that. You just want to know that everyone's there for the right reason. You know, everyone's trying to be the best version of themselves. Like it just creates a really good environment, and it brings everyone closer too. Like when you're away for 4 to 6 weeks at a time, or however long, like you all get really close and you're all there for each other because you really see each other through the highs and lows of what the sport brings.
That's what you need, and that's the thing too. And that's the advice I'd give to people. It's not about the times that are happy. It's the times, the tough times, the bad times. Those are the people. You know, when those people are around, those who you want in your corner, because that is anyone can do things and it's easy, but
Oh
nothing's
yeah.
easy. So you know,
No,
build a
no.
team that's going to help you through the tough shit. I suppose you'd say as well on that
Yeah.
side of things. Um,
Yeah.
I did have one more thing for you.
Thanks for
What is it as an athlete? What's the one thing that you want for you? Like, what would help you do
like
what you want
yeah.
to do?
Mm, I think there definitely needs to be a lot more like recognition, not from like a community point of view, because like for example, coming home from Worlds with a silver medal, amazing. Like I couldn't have asked for a better campaign. I couldn't have asked for anything more. And the support from like my friends, my family, people in the boxing community has been insane. But I sometimes think it'll like maybe also because boxing is not super big in Australia, which I understand, like especially amateur boxing, it's not a huge thing in Australia. But I think having a little bit more recognition from like higher platforms and a little bit more yeah, just support as well. Like one of like this world has been our best worlds to date. Like myself at 70 kilos got a silver. Our 75 kilo girl Emma Greentree got a bronze, and then our 80 kilo
Wow,
girl Tash Flint, she got a gold, and she's the first female to ever, oh no, first female or male in Australia to ever come home with a gold medal from World Championships. But
wicked, very
I
cool.
yeah, which is amazing. But I also
Oh no,
I don't
oh
know.
no.
I was like, I don't know what happened there. Sorry. Yeah, I
so,
just feel
so she ran out
like
of power. No.
I did too. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I just think there needs to be a little bit more recognition and a little bit more celebration around that. And I think that
Amazing.
will come. But yeah, that's what I think.
Well, I cannot agree with you more, to be honest. That's exactly what we're trying to do, is helping
Yeah,
people more
exactly.
recognition. So,
Yeah,
can only agree with
which is
you.
amazing because it makes a big difference too. Like when you're working towards a goal and you sacrifice a lot, you're training really hard. Of course, it's a great thing to get that piece of metal, but at the end of the day, like I think what means more is just being recognized and being celebrated and just being appreciated as well.
It's funny, just on that note, and this is it is a little plug, I suppose. Like we're creating the FFP Global Awards, which actually is aimed to recognise people on a local level. So it's not just about being the best in your country or best in the world. It's like they're recognizing people within their city, their place, their town. So like, hey, because there are individuals, no one came from a big space straight away. They came from the garage, like you said, like they come from the back shed. They were doing the hard yards before anyone knew them, before even saw them, anything like that. So we're doing we're doing that as well to recognise locally, the progress country, and then progress globally. So it's 100%. It's something that's needed. Awareness is more needed as well. And I'll feel on that outside of this. We didn't talk about that. Yeah. But this has been awesome. Lekeisha, thank you so much for your time, just and the insights. You can see how much passion you have behind boxing and the mindset you have on there as well. The maturity behind you, just like some pearls of wisdom just thrown out there. And so for young aspiring athletes out there, no, I really, really appreciate you. Thank you very much for your time. What's your next upcoming fight?
So my next fight will be in January. I think January 20, the tournament starts, and that will be selections for Com Games. So yeah, obviously hoping I win that tournament and get to go to Commonwealth Games next year.
Amazing. Okay, well, we're going to keep following your story and your journey, and we're going to talk with you more for sure during now and continuously. So thank you for this one. Awesome. Great to meet you. Let's stay in contact with that as well. But brilliant. Yeah. I will. If you guys want to reach out to Lekeisha, check it out on Instagram's the best place to get you for. Lekeisha Pergoliti. That doesn't sound very Australian,
you got that right. No, actually, to be fair, both my parents are Italian. But
I was going to say, but I didn't want to.
Yeah. But even though my first name's not really Italian either, but yeah, definitely the last name.
100%. So check her out on Instagram, follow her story, what she's doing, because she's doing amazing things. And the career's only just beginning. So you're not even halfway through there. Awesome, Lekeisha. Thank you so much.
No,
enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Thank you.